Maria, creator of thegreensmoothieChallenge.com, and here I am on day 9 of the first annual worldwide Green Smoothie Challenge. That means you have one more day to go until you have achieved your amazing goal of going 10 days on the Green Smoothie Challenge. Congratulations! I hope that you are feeling awesome, energetic, lean, light, healthy. Can't wait to hear your story. All right, today I am going to talk about where do you even begin if you want to make some lifestyle changes. I'm going to talk about dealing with stress and talk about making dietary changes. And also, I'm going to give you some tips on where to get those ingredients that are in my chocolate shake recipe and some of the other ones in my book. So the first thing that I want to talk about is where do you even start when you want to make some serious lifestyle changes? The first thing to address is your stress level. It's more important than anything you put in your mouth. Diet, exercise, and your mental well-being are the 3 components of being healthy. And when we're stressed out, our body can't even digest the food properly that we're eating. So we want to start with the stress level. We want to learn some relaxation techniques, some deep breathing. Deep breathing is a great way to relax in a pinch. Just breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. If you do that, studies have found that it actually does lower your heart rate and your anxiety. So it's a great thing to do. Even sitting at a stoplight, you can do it. Close your eyes, not for too long. The light might turn green. And you can go lie on your bed. You can do it while you're at your desk. If you're just really stressed out, just stop and take a minute and breathe deep. It will lower your heart rate and calm you down. So we want to learn to deal with stress in a healthy way. We want to deal with stress. Remember, I was talking yesterday about how a lot of times we eat because we're stressed out. So we want to stop doing that and start dealing with our stress, learning how to deal with it in a healthy way. Another great way to combat stress is by planning. Just getting out your piece of paper in the morning, making your to-do list. It's simple. It takes 5 or 10 minutes and it will make amazing differences in your life. You'll all of a sudden have this list of what you're supposed to accomplish today. And you do it, you can prioritize, make a list of what you want to accomplish this week, this month, this year. That will help hugely. Because if you fail to plan, then plan to fail. We got a plan. Another secret to lowering your stress level is learning to be content and grateful in your circumstances. We can't always control our circumstances, but we can control how we react to our circumstances. So, learning in a healthy way how to do that and how to be content and grateful is another great place to start. All right, when you're trying to make some dietary changes, a few things that you can do that are just simple is start preparing your own food. When you go out to a restaurant, you have no idea what they're putting in your food unless you ask every little detail, and they don't always know. So start preparing your own food. Then you're totally in control of what produce you buy at the grocery store. Make sure it's super fresh, organic if you can is the best. Go to your local farmer's market, even better. And another great thing to do is to just start adding a smoothie and a salad to your day, every day. Just make a goal of having a smoothie, or have a smoothie at least 4 times a week and a salad 5 times a week, or something like that. Another secret to good health that's really simple is just chew slowly. When we put food in our mouth, the digestion process starts right there when the food mixes with our saliva. So we want to chew up our food really well. The more you chew it, the less your body has to break it down. So do your body a favor and take longer to chew your food. Be thankful for your food. Chew it slowly. And the other great thing that happens is then it takes you longer to finish your meal. And once you start eating, it takes about 20 minutes to feel full. So if you shovel your food in your mouth because you've been in a hurry all day, you're stressed out, you want to feel good, then it's only been maybe like 7 minutes since you ate your whole plate and you still feel hungry. So you go get a whole nother plate. And then what happens? 20 minutes later, you're like, oh, I'm stuffed. So if you take 20 minutes to eat that first plate of food in the first place, you're probably going to feel a healthy sense of full and will be less likely to go get that second plate full. So you'll keep your weight down. You'll actually need less sleep and have more energy if you eat less. So lots of great things happen when you start chewing slowly. All right. Plan out your meals and keep it really simple. One thing that I do is make a big salad when I make a salad. As long as I'm pulling all that produce out of the refrigerator and chopping it up, I'm going to chop up a lot and have enough salad for 2 or 3 days. I don't put dressing on it, so just keep it dry. And then when you need to make your lunch, you just go in, grab the container, grab some salad out, and you've got your salad. You don't have to go to this big ordeal to make another salad and then make another one at dinner. I usually have 2 a day, and I like to give salad to my family at dinner time. It's great to just have that container, throw it in. Just another way to simplify. Another thing you can do is make a big batch of soup at the beginning of the week that could last 2 or 3 days. I do that very often. We'll give my kids soup for dinner, soup for lunch, maybe make something for dinner the next night, and then have the soup for dinner again the next night so that I'm not having to cook every single night. Another thing that Victoria Butinko says is that your smoothie will last 3 days. So you can make enough smoothie, like the amount that you're making right now for your challenge, but then just have a smoothie for breakfast for 3 days. And then you're not having to make that smoothie every single day. And my last tip is when you go to the grocery store, buy a wide variety of fruits and vegetables that you like to munch on. And for your snacks, just throw in some fresh fruits and veggies. Some raw nuts and seeds are another great snack. And if you feel up to it, throw your nuts or seeds in some water. You can put them all in one bowl at night before you go to bed in some pure water. It'll start the germination process. And what that does is it takes away the protective coating that the nuts and seeds have, the enzyme inhibitors, and it causes all of the nutrients to become available and easily digestible for your body. So it's a really great thing to soak your nuts and seeds. Just pour the water out and rinse them off in the morning, drain them. It's a great snack. And it's simple. You don't have to think too hard. You just got to be like, what piece of fruit, what vegetables do I want to take? And the biggest key is to make your changes one at a time. If you've got 12 things you want to change, maybe write all of those down and commit to making one change every month. And focus on the thing that you're changing that month. Instead of focusing on the next 11 things that you want to change, just focus on the one that you're changing, and then it will become a habit. So by the time you make the next change, you just focus on the next change, and you're already doing the first change. My other tip is to, instead of thinking about taking things out of your diet and eliminating all these foods that can be very emotionally traumatic for a lot of people, is to make goals of what you're going to add into your diet. And the more positive changes that you start making, the less of the less optimal choices you're going to be inclined to make. If you do want to take something out of your diet, the first things that I would recommend are refined sugars and processed carbohydrates. Get those out of your diet if you can. If you can't, just start adding in lots of healthy stuff, and you'll find that you're going to want those things less and less, which is just fine to do it that way. If you get really on track and then you find one day that you completely mess up, the temptation could be to feel like, oh, I've messed up, I'm done, I might as well give up. Don't do that. Just start over. Just start fresh. It's no big deal. Just get back on track. Don't even worry about it. It's all a process. It's taken me so long to get to the point where I mostly just want to eat healthy foods. A long time, like 20 years. So it's really a process. All right. Another thing that I would recommend is finding a support system. If you have some friends that are trying to make some lifestyle changes, tell each other what changes you're making, what your goal is for this month, and get together, have a smoothie, get together, have some tea or a salad, and have a friend or a support system. You can become a fan on my Facebook page, The Green Smoothie Challenge, and we've got people interacting there, which is really fun. And if you're looking for those chocolate shake ingredients that I have listed in my book that you've never heard of, like Mucunia pruriens and Yukon powder and mesquite pod meal, what you can do